Welcome to the Positive Productivity Podcast, episode 223. Are you an Infusionsoft user dealing with a mess of Confusionsoft? Are you ready to use your app to make lots of money every month rather than just spend lots of money? Well, I have a solution for you. Head on over to kimfusionsoft.com to find out more about my strategy program, which can help you take your business to the next level using your Infusionsoft app. Again, that's kimfusionsoft.com. The Positive Productivity Podcast was created to empower entrepreneurs to achieve and appreciate personal and professional success. I'm your host, Kim Sutton, and if you're ready, let's jump into today's episode. With today being New Year's Eve, I want to share with you a few of the major changes that I made in 2017 that have allowed me to live a more positive and productive life. And I hope that you find these helpful. And by the way, Happy New Year. The first big shift that I made was removing myself from my screens an hour before bedtime. While I can't say that I do this 100% of the time, I can tell you that the nights that I do, my quality of sleep increases so much that I wake up incredibly refreshed the next morning. Along with removing myself from screens, I also make a point of planning my next day in the Positive Productivity Planner before I go to bed. This allows me to take all the extra clutter that I have going on in my head, including concerns about priorities, worries about missing appointments and all that, and get it out on paper so that I am not thinking about it as I drift off to sleep. Just in the past month, I've given up on soda, and I can't tell you how much of a change this has made in my life. I have not given up on coffee. I actually tried, but this produced a huge caffeine withdrawal headache that I could not put up with yet. Someday I might give up coffee, but that day is not today. I have already begun to feel better just by not adding the added sugar, and I do realize that I could drink diet soda, but just by not adding that extra crap into my body, part of my mouth. I've also been investing in coaching in the last year, and I've already seen tremendous changes in my mindset as well as my income. Previously, I was so concerned about making the investment because I was in scarcity mode. But as I transitioned out of scarcity mode, I realized that it was necessary to hire the right support in order to take my business to the next level. Another thing that I've started doing is removing myself from my devices in the time between when I pick up my kids from daycare and when they go to bed. My kids deserve my attention during that limited time during the week that they have with me. And by having my eyes glued on my screens, I am not able to spend quality time with them. So every day on my calendar, I have time blocked out for my kids. They are only going to be the ages that they are right now once, and I don't want to live with regrets, nor do I want them looking back and thinking that they only saw the back of mom's head. A shift out of scarcity mode also happened in 2017, and I know that I already brought that up, but I want to expand a little bit further. In an earlier episode, I mentioned how my husband and I were constantly going to the bank to pull out money before anybody else could get to it, and this has changed in 2017. We can comfortably leave money in the bank now and have actually started creating savings for ourselves rather than living from paycheck to paycheck or client invoice to client invoice. I can't even tell you how much more peace this gives us by not being constantly concerned about money. I can't say that money never gets tight because that would be a complete lie, but I know that whatever financial situation we are in will work itself out in the end. The last big shift that I've made in 2017 is that I have focused on finishing one project at a time. While I have been building out products in 2017, they are products that I had already started working on and had been thinking about in 2016. And I decided that 2017 was the year when I was going to stop digging shallow holes with plastic spoons and start digging the big holes to the other side of the planet. In 2018, you'll see the release of the hard copy version of the Positive Productivity Planner, as well as the official launch of the Positive Productivity Pod, my group coaching program, and I am so excited to share these with you. I also hope in 2018, however, I'm not going to commit to it, to release Chronic Idea Disorder, my book about how to overcome idea overwhelm. I say I hope because I'm not going to commit to it. I want to make sure that the planner and the pod are a huge success, and I don't need to add extra stress by adding more goals to my plate right now. I suppose I fibbed when I said that was the last one, but my real last shift in 2017 was that I stopped adding each and every task item to my to-do list. In my Positive Productivity Planner, I have space for 3 personal tasks and 3 professional tasks, and I do my best to keep to those 3 on a daily basis. When I find myself adding more, I find that I often get stressed, and in the end, less gets done just because I am more distracted. I would love to hear what your biggest accomplishments and shifts were for 2017. So please head on over to thekimsutton.com/PP223 to share with me in the comments below the show notes. Now, with all this said, go forth and make it a positive and productive day.